singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling I'm having.
Hello everybody, it's the Lawn Gnome and welcome to your February episode of my newest segment on my channel, Fandom Feature, the series where I dedicate my time to giving you a review of one of my personal favorite films in that wonderful collection that you see back there. So today is going to be a very special one, a little bit of a memorial, if you will, to a fantastic actress that we lost just at the end of 2016, and that, of course, is the legendary Debbie Reynolds. And part of me was really wanting to review this movie anyway this time around because of the fact that we just got so much buzz at the Oscars and at the end of the year of 2016 with a little film from Damien Chazelle known as La La Land, a film that really gives you tribute to a genre of film that was practically dead and now possibly rejuvenated, and that, of course, is the Hollywood cinematic musical. And there is no better movie that has been made in the history of film to bring to you guys today than the legendary musical film Singin In The Rain, starring, of course, Debbie Reynolds, Gene Kelly, and Donald O'Connor. Now, this was a movie that, while growing up, I had not seen when I was younger, but it was one of those movies that was always brought up with my friends who were big fans of film, or even at Oscar ceremonies or documentaries about movies that I watched when I was little, and Singin' in the Rain was one of those movies that was always mentioned, and how wonderful it was, but I never took the time to actually see it. The Hollywood musical was a film that I always appreciated in movies like The Music Man, Mary Poppins. I mean, these are all great movies to me. Even South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut is a musical, whether you want to believe it or not, but it is. And it's done very well. But when I went and took a film class in my undergraduate years at college, I finally got a chance to see Singin' in the Rain, and ever since that day that I saw it, I have just been in love with this beautiful, bright movie about actors and actresses making movies with the beauty of song and dance. This movie is such a sheer delight. If you have a bad day and you just need a feel-good movie, this is the movie that you have to see. Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, they are just fantastic together in terms of the love story that is within this film. Gene Kelly is just such a sight for cinema. The guy is just always on screen with a bright smile on his face, beautiful voice when he sings. His dance numbers are fantastic. I have never danced in my life, and the whole tap dancing routine that he does in most of this movie is just so skilled and so amazing to watch. I could just watch tap dancing from this guy all day. I rewind the musical numbers just so I could watch him and other members of the cast dance because it's just gorgeous to me. It's such art form to me. Debbie Reynolds is awesome in this movie. I just love her character. She's spunky, she's funny. Her with the rest of the cast is great to watch, and I also love the songs that she sings. My favorite character in this movie is definitely Cosmo Brown, who's played by Donald O'Connor. He is so funny. I love the dry sense of humor that's sort of Groucho Marx-esque in this movie. Such great jokes. I love his song. His song, Make 'Em Laugh, is my favorite song in the whole movie. Love the slapstick. Love his dance numbers. The story itself is so simple, but it's just so feel-good and so engaging. It's basically a famous actor, another actor that's trying to be a star. The two worlds collide, and the two of them create a beautiful bond of friendship, and even a love interest sparks within those two characters. And everyone else in the cast just adds so much to the flair and beauty of this movie. The music drives this movie to no end. I mean, the music in this movie has some of the most memorable songs in all of film. You got the self-titled track, Singin' in the Rain, along with Make 'Em Laugh, like I mentioned. There's Moses Supposes, there's Good Morning, there's All I Do Is Dream of You. Such amazing songs. And while the story is just so simple to follow, while you're watching this movie, you just smile from beginning to end. You have to rewind the movie just so you can watch the songs again. There's just nothing better that I can say that makes this movie the wonder that it is. And I didn't own it for many years, but ever since I saw it in that film class when I was 19 years old, I just raved about Singin' in the Rain, because to me it's just one of those wonderful, beautiful pieces of feel-good art that you can just watch numerous times. And finally, I added it to my collection about 2 years ago. I was so happy that I did, because I finally rewatched it a few months prior with a couple of friends, and my wife saw it for the first time. She was just dating me at the time, but we watched it together with some friends at the time, and we enjoyed the experience. Maybe not necessarily the movie for more than others, but we did just have a good time watching it. And I finally own it in my collection. When I watched it to bring you guys a review of Fandom Feature, I actually rewatched parts of it again when the movie was finished, because it's such a beautiful film. And I don't care what anybody says. If you are just raving about La La Land and you think it's the best thing since sliced bread, and you haven't seen Singin' in the Rain, you have no idea what you're talking about, because as great as La La Land is, believe me, I am counting the days till we finally get a release date for that movie so I can add it to my collection and put it right next to my copy of Singin' in the Rain. But Singin' in the Rain, to me, is the greatest film musical. And if you haven't seen it, you must, because you will just love that movie. Thank you very much for watching today, guys. It was a pleasure to talk to you about Singin' in the Rain. Put your comments in the box below if you want to take this discussion further, and I'll see you in the next episode of Fandom Feature next month.
Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning, good morning.
Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.